Hi, it's Kathleen, and today I'm going to show you everything I take with me when I venture out into public and film YouTube videos at the thrift store and other places. So whether you've been interested in trying to film videos and you're not sure where to start, or you're just super nosy like me, I'm gonna spill it all. And guess what? It's really not that complicated. This week, we're doing a glorified what's in my bag video. I've seen these popping up here and there on YouTube recently, and I was like, I have purse. This is gonna be in 3 phases. 1, we're gonna start with my daily carry. I'm already laughing just thinking about it. 2, we're gonna talk about what I take with me to film videos. And 3, final step, what I take with me when I'm out and about for the day, whether that's when I'm traveling or I'm just having a me day, you know? This is gonna be a chatty show and tell, so put me on in the background if you want. Listen to my sweet, susurrating, supple syllables. Get a little snack, but bring enough to share. Anybody else's fingers do that? No? And get cozy, because we're diving in. First, the daily carry. I'm laughing because I have wallet, I have car key, and I have gum. Oh, I usually have some sort of like lip balm or lip color in here too. This is the Morphe Good Talk Blotted Matte Lipstick in Red Sunset. This wasn't really going to be a makeup recommendations video, but if you like the Glossier, whatever their original lipstick formula is in Zip, their red color, this is like the exact same, and this was like $2. It might be a little bit more. I got this at Marshall's. Gotta get the deals, you know? Dupe alert. Woo, 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 dupe alert. So here's my beef with purses in general. I can't be the only one that I don't like the idea that as a woman, I should like have this big bag that carries the needs for every other human being in it. Groundbreaking. If I could comfortably put these 3 things in a big pocket, I would. And sometimes I do. I don't like being bogged down. I don't like having to consider, well, does this look cute with my outfit? What purse should I pick? Just give me the smallest cod piece possible, and I'm happy. Do you want to know more about these 3 items? You'll learn more about me in the process. Very precious to me, a sweet little stuffed sheep on my keys for my 2013 Prius, baby. Whenever I have to relinquish this little guy to like a mechanic or an oil change person, I'm like, please take care of him. He's very special to me. Look, he's chewing his cud. This is a very old, very dingy Coach wallet that I got at a secondhand store in Kyoto, right near Kyoto Station. I forget what it's called. Want to see inside? No information besides my library card is hiding in there. Columbus Metropolitan Library, best library. This is riveting content so far, no? Don't worry, we'll get to the thrifting stuff soon. Finally, gum. One of my favorite things about being an adult is the fact that I can chew as much gum as I want. I don't know why that feels so fulfilling and special to me. I love gum. And my other favorite part about being an adult, I can chew 2 pieces at once if I want to. And I almost always want to. And that's what it feels like to chew 5 gum. I love gum so much that the only things I asked for Christmas this year was a year's worth of gum. I blew through that in the first couple months, and some bootleg Stray Kids merch. Hold on, let me show you. Yeah, that's the Pope holding Lino. You know, Gus got this for me and he asked no questions. And that's how I know he loves me. And finally, this is just a little purple Le Sport Sac crossbody bag that I thrifted a couple years ago for like $3.99. I'm a simple girl, really. Okay, I lied. There is also a pin in here. And I found this on the floor at the thrift store, which is a great segue. Let's talk about the gear that I take when I go filming. So I've been making YouTube videos mostly about thrifting since, let's scroll back and see how long. It's a lot of scrolling. My first thrifting video was posted September 2nd, 2021. It's been almost 3 years exactly. And in that time, my gear has evolved a little bit. And guess what? It just started with this. So that's my first big tip. If you want to start filming videos and this is the only camera you have, use this. I don't know how many content creators and YouTubers especially film 100% on their phones. It's a totally viable option. The mic is good, the quality is good, and it's a great place to start, you know, low barrier of entry. But eventually we did upgrade our setup just a tad. Although I will say a lot of the times that I'm still filming at the thrift store, still with my phone. It's not that deep. This is the bag I usually have when I'm thrifting. And yes, of course, it was thrifted. And this bag, we love her for many reasons. 1, she holds a lot and she looks cute while doing it. When I first saw this bag in the thrift store, I was like, what is this? Like, she felt luxurious and she was at the thrift store. So I was like, all right, let's go. It has this embossed Egyptian iconography in here. And on the inside, it has a brand that says Imaginal. Now, when you look this bag up online, it looks like a website from 2004. And apparently these bags are sold sold for $650, but you can only order them by mailing your payment information or calling. You know how in Rick and Morty there's like interdimensional cable? I feel like this is interdimensional tote bag thrift store find. But again, she's cute. So inside we would have all our normal stuff plus my little camera friends. You ever seen something so cute? So I bought this a couple years ago. This is the DJI, I think Osmo Pocket 2? I don't even know if there was a Pocket 1. And I know there's a Pocket 3, but we'll talk about that. And I have loved this little guy. It's so small, comes with a wireless mic, and takes great footage. So if you're trying to be, you know, sleuthy while you're filming in public, maybe you don't want to talk super loudly, get yourself a tiny little camera and a wireless mic. I remember the first time I filmed a thrifting video like with another person, with Beep World Liz. We were together and I was like filming my own little separate parts, and she's like, "Are you filming? Like, when are you gonna start filming?" And I'm like, "Oh, I already have been. I'm just a sneaky snake." For all my shy friends out there, this is a great combination. And there is a new version of this that has a bigger screen, which I would really appreciate. And it also apparently doesn't get as hot because this little guy becomes like a hot brick. And we don't like that. So I think I might treat myself to that here soon. Maybe a new tripod. Pew, pew. All right, that's a good opportunity to say I'm very thankful that I'm able to upgrade my equipment and get what I need and replace things when they wear out. Thanks to people watching my videos and the awesome sponsors that support us. So thanks for being here. Okay, other things I bring to film while I'm thrifting. Let's see. Do we remember the hierarchy of needs? Hydration and calories, everybody. So I'll tell you a secret about each of these items. This secret is that this water has liquid IV in it because I'm a baby and sometimes I don't want to drink water unless it tastes good. And the secret about this is I just checked the expiration date and it was in 2022. I think this is from my office where I used to work that I haven't worked in since 2020. So, okay. Bring snacks and bring water because at some point you inevitably will feel weird and scared. A classic duo. And a snack and some water will help, probably. You know something else that will help you from feeling weird and scared, and it also helps you be very stealthy in the thrift store so people don't look at you while you're filming and talking to yourself? Headphones. If you want to be the stealthiest of stealthy filmers, put in headphones, film with your phone, and just pretend like you're on FaceTime. I tell myself that works. Who knows? Also, at this point, I don't really care if people hear me talking to myself, but my real goal is to not be obstructive to other people's experience. Like, I don't want to be in there running around and yelling and acting like I'm the king of the thrift store, because I'm not. I'm a humble vessel of the thrift gods incarnate, and that's a very serious job. Next thing you might want to bring, measuring tape. Now, this one is a lie. I lied to you. Not saying that it's not a good idea, because it is a good idea. I'm lying because I almost never have this with me. And even if I do have it with me, I almost never use it. Why? Because I like to make my life hard. Add a little spice, add a little challenge, and not measure things to see if they'll fit before I get them. And if that's the most toxic thing I do in a day, then I'm okay with that. Ooh, I also have emotional support ruler that I should really start using more. I always forget that I have this. I'll also usually have extra memory cards, although this isn't the right memory card for this camera. What was I thinking? Probably I wasn't. And finally, once you're done filming, once you're ready to leave, hand sani. Because you touch a lot of things in the thrift store, and some of them are moist and or sticky. And that's it. Were you expecting something crazier? It's really just a camera. I don't know. I just like to keep things simple, I guess. There's enough chaos going on up here that it's not helpful if I also have chaos in my bag of holding. I feel like whenever I watch these what's in my bag videos, people are like, "Oh, I have my Gucci wallet that my best friend got me." Who's getting their friends gifts like that? And I also have my high school diploma and a vial of my grandpa's ashes, you know? So for the third step of our video, what do I take with me when I'm out and about for the whole day? Maybe I'm on a trip. Maybe I'm taking myself on a little coffee shop and park date. What do I have? I have all of these things. Maybe not the measuring tape, maybe not the camera, but also, you never know. I add 2 items. Okay, it's 3 items. Okay, it's more than 3 items. No. It's 3 items. I almost always have some sort of scarf or bandana on longer days. Exhibit A. And this has 3 uses, I guess? 4? 1, if you're traveling around in the summer and it's hot. Sometimes you need a little sun cover, but you don't want to like put on a full shirt or jacket in fear of boiling alive. So you could tie this around your neck and get some coverage on your neck, tie it over your head, go Hollywood starlet with it, you know, protect your skin. Secondly, what was the second thing? sometimes, and I don't know if this is silly, but sometimes if you have to take like public transit or you have to do a long car ride and you get a little eepy sleepy and you want to close your eyes, eye mask. Ooh, silky eye mask. I feel like what people would typically do is like wear a hat and pull it down over their eyes. But what do you do if your head's really big and baseball hats look really stupid on you? Eye mask. And third is, it's just like a cloth. Dab a little sweat. Wipe a little hand, wash it. It's not a big deal. Why am I trying to convince you? And it looks very cute tied around the handle. Oh, second thing I add, cosmetics? No. Crayons. Art supplies. You never know when you're gonna get bored. And sometimes, instead of scrolling on your phone, what if you were to draw a little picture? So I usually have a select collection of art supplies and some sort of paper to use them upon. Right now, my loadout is this little notepad that I got from a hotel in San Francisco. Ooh. Ah, look at those little people. Wow, look at those little people. All examples of a time that instead of scrolling on my phone, I did a little doodle. And to do those little doodles, here's what I always go for. Ready? Here's my recipe for success. Something to sketch with. This is a Colorase Prismacolor that I may or may not have commandeered from the cafe at work. A pen for thin lines. This is a waterproof Copic multi-liner in 0.3. I like these. The waterproofness is very helpful. And then a pen for thick lines. This is just a little brush pen. And finally, to finish our bouquet, we have an assortment of Neo colors. I've talked about these before. They're just like fancy crayons and I love them. I also do like to carry some sort of like adhesive material. In this case, some washi tape. It could be a glue stick. It could be an actual stapler, like a little mini stapler. Is that little tiny illustrations of me in different outfits? Huh, that's weird. Anyways, the very last thing I would have with me, book. In this case, book is an iPad from 2014 that for all intents and purposes is just a glorified Kindle. So I guess it's time to talk about books, which means we are near the end of the video because that's when we enter our little booktube portion. Okay, so last week when we talked about reading, I just started Some Desperate Glory by Emily Tesh. In a nutshell, Hitler Youth in space, realizing that maybe fascism isn't all it's cracked up to be. I mentioned last week that it seemed like this was going to be a tough read just because it covers topics that are not fun. Like, although it's an adventure and a drama, they still live in a pretty crappy world. So I liked this, but I was like, ooh, ow. And of course, the main character, being who they are, is not the most likable, and that's tough for me. That's like a personal preference thing. I've talked about this before too. Like, I really like to like the characters that I'm reading about. But hey, about halfway through this book, things change. Things change. So if you're reading it and you're like, oh, this is kind of hard, just wait. Okay, wait before you DNF. I finished it this morning and I was like, I'm gonna think about this book for a long time. I mean, it's heavy-handed in some of the like social commentary stuff, but it's just a special story. That's all I'll say after I say a lot. Anyways, guess what just arrived from my library? A Psalm for the Wild Built. This has been on my hold list for I don't even know how long. I've been trying to read this book for months. Apparently everyone else is too, but I have it now in my grubby little paws, and I think it's gonna cleanse my palate. It's gonna cleanse my palate. And I'm very excited to cry. Okay, well, that's what's in my bag. Not a lot. Are you surprised knowing the chaos that I bring kind of in general to the function? And if you have any recommendations for totally unrelated or potentially inappropriate items that I should put in my bag, let me know. In reality, to be real for a moment, I wanted to film this video this week because I'm really busy, like with my day job. So instead of being able to spend hours and hours working on a project, filming it all, editing it all, getting it ready for y'all, I have, maybe an hour or maybe -1 hour to spare. So I wanted to do something chill where we could just talk, and instead of doom scrolling, I could have fun with you. So even if this wasn't your favorite type of video, thanks for hanging out so long. I appreciate it. It's not July anymore. I get a lot of comments about this calendar. I mean, as I should, it's amazing. July's art. Monk rabbits, hello. Let's see what August is. Oh, cute. This is by Maddie Fisher, maddifisher.com. That's Fisher with an S and a C. They aren't for sale anymore due to the fact that it is August, but I'm betting she'll have one for 2025 if you want to get your grubby little paws on it. For next week's video, we're either going to be doing a little thrift with me that I actually already filmed, or a kind of like life reset, get my life together, take care of my mending death pile type of video. Not sure which one it's going to be, and you're just going to have to find out next week. And if that sounds interesting, then feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate appreciate it. And you can also find me on Instagram at kathleenillustrated. Magic 8 Ball, how's our week gonna be? Reply hazy, try again. Yeah, that tracks. Okay, I'm gonna go. While I do that, let me know down in the comments if you carry anything in your bag that you think is like a life changer or that's just really weird. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you're feeling, what you're eating. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I love ya, you stinky, and goodbye.